66 million years ago, dinosaurs ruled the planet. Then, in a single day, the sky turned into fire. A massive asteroid hit Earth, triggering shockwaves, mega tsunamis, global wildfires, darkness, and an impact winter that collapsed life itself. If you missed part 1, I explained that deadly day in full detail. You'll find it in the description. But today, we're going beyond extinction, because what happened next is even more unbelievable. From the ashes of the dinosaurs, a tiny creature survived, and millions of years later, that creature's descendants became humans. So how did Earth go from dinosaurs to a species that controls the entire planet? Let's follow the real timeline. After the asteroid impact, Earth didn't feel like a world anymore. It was dark, cold, burned, and silent. Forests were destroyed, food sources collapsed, and huge creatures, especially big dinosaurs, couldn't survive long without plants and stable ecosystems. For a long time, the planet looked empty. But life wasn't gone, because deep underground, inside burrows, and hidden in water, small survivors were waiting. Here's the strange truth. The winners of extinction were not the strongest, they were the most adaptable. Small mammals had 3 major survival advantages. First, they could hide, underground and inside protected spaces. Second, they could eat almost anything. Seeds, insects, leftovers, dead remains. And third, they reproduced quickly. While giant animals needed tons of food every day, small mammals could survive on very little. They didn't defeat dinosaurs. They simply outlasted the apocalypse. After thousands of years, the skies slowly cleared. Sunlight returned. Plants began growing again. And new ecosystems started forming. But this time, something was missing. No giant dinosaurs controlled the land anymore. And when nature leaves a huge, empty space, something always rises to fill it. Mammals spread everywhere. Forests, plains, mountains, coastlines. Some grew bigger. Some became faster. Some became hunters. Some became climbers. Earth had entered a new era, the age of mammals. So what made mammals so successful? Warm blood. They didn't rely on the sun to stay active. They could survive colder environments. They could hunt at night. They could stay active for longer. Then there was something even more powerful. Brain power. Over millions of years, mammals developed more advanced brains, better memory, better problem solving, better survival instincts. And intelligence became the strongest weapon on Earth. As forests expanded, life returned to the trees. And in those trees, primates evolved. Small, fast, intelligent creatures designed for climbing. They developed forward-facing eyes for depth perception, hands that could grip and manipulate objects, and brains that could learn quickly. Life in the trees wasn't about strength. It was about balance, speed, and intelligence. And slowly, primates became more advanced. But the real turning point was still ahead. Because the planet was about to change again. Earth is always changing. Forests grow. Forests shrink. Rain patterns shift. Temperatures rise and fall. In Africa, huge forests began turning into open grasslands, and some primates were forced out of the trees. Now imagine the danger. On the ground, there's nowhere to hide. Predators can see you. You must travel farther to find food. This pressure forced a new adaptation. Walking upright. Walking on 2 legs changed everything. It freed the hands. It helped them see farther over tall grass. It allowed them to carry food, carry babies, carry tools. Over time, early human ancestors became smarter and more social. They learned from each other. They survived in groups. They weren't the fastest. They weren't the strongest. But they had one special advantage: teamwork. And that teamwork eventually created something deadly. Tools. Tools turned weak hands into weapons. Sharp stones could cut meat. Spears could hunt large animals. And fire? Fire was a revolution. With fire, humans could cook food, making it easier to digest and giving more energy. They could survive cold nights. They could keep predators away. They could expand into dangerous environments. For the first time, humans weren't just surviving in nature. They were shaping it. As humans evolved, they became explorers. They moved out of Africa, into Asia, into Europe, across frozen lands, into deserts, into dense forests. Humans didn't have claws like big predators. They didn't have armor like dinosaurs. They didn't have giant teeth, but they had the most dangerous survival trait of all, the ability to adapt anywhere. And they carried something even stronger than weapons: knowledge. Humans became dominant because of one unbelievable power: language. Not just simple sounds, but complex communication. The ability to plan hunts, warn others, teach children, share discoveries, and pass information to the next generation. One human alone is weak, but a group of humans with language? That's a force of nature. And then humans did something no animal had ever done before. They built civilization. Farming changed everything. Humans stopped wandering. They began settling. Villages became cities. Cities became empires. Technology exploded forward. In a tiny moment of Earth's history, humans reshaped the entire planet. We didn't just survive nature, we started controlling it. So yes, dinosaurs once ruled Earth, but their extinction opened the door for mammals to rise. And that rise eventually led to humans, the dominant species 66 million years later. If you enjoyed part 2, subscribe to Daily Factify. And if you haven't watched part 1 yet, check the description. It explains the first terrifying minutes after the asteroid hit. Because this story is bigger than any monster movie ever made.